Welcome back. Here we are on day 6 of our 30-day daily movement challenge. I hope you're all keeping well. So today we're going to do some sun salutations. Just spend 10 or 15 minutes increasing our heart flow and while improving our strength, our flexibility. And for those of you who haven't done yoga before, don't switch off. Stay with us. Anything that we're doing here today, you have already done with in Pilates anyway. This is not going to be anything new for you, okay? So get out your mat and let's go ahead. We're going to begin in a seated position first, just do a quick little warm up, right? So we're down on our sits bones with our legs crossed in a very comfortable, easy seated position. Long spine now, shoulders relaxed, chest open, not rounded, and hands resting on your legs. Take a breath. On your next exhale, rotate your chest to the right. Take a breath in, feel the ribs expand, and on your exhale, rotate to the left. Continue then for 2 more pairs. And then facing forwards again. Let's take the left arm and reach it all the way up. Relax the shoulder down away from the ear and keep your hips anchored to the floor. Take 1 more side bend on each side. And then come back upright again. Let's take our arms in front. We're going to circle our wrists in both directions and then interlace the fingers. Actually, you know what? If you have any rings on, take those off. Interlace the fingers. Let's make some wave-like movements with our arms, hands, and reverse those. And then interlacing the fingers, let's just massage the hands a little bit. We're going to be on our hands and knees a little bit. So let's really get into the hands and the wrists. Reach the arms forwards and then all the way up toward the ceiling. On your exhale, release the hands. Come round onto your hands and knees. We'll just wake up the spine with some cat-cows and then we'll get going. As you exhale, come into your frightened cat position. And on the inhale, lift up through the chest. Keeping your shoulders over your wrists and keeping your hips over your knees. Your movement is only upwards toward the ceiling and downwards toward the floor. And then come into a neutral position to finish. Shift your hips back towards your heels and come to standing. Just going to move my rings out of the way. All right, so coming to the top of your mat, come into your neutral stance to begin. All right, and we call this Tadasana or mountain pose in yoga. So feet hip distance, spread your toes nice and wide. If you feel stable with your feet together, then you can bring them in. And then find neutral alignment throughout your torso. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath. Reach down out through the fingertips. Start to rotate the arms to the shoulder joint as you bring those together over your head, palms pressed toward each other. Take a deep breath. If it feels comfortable to lift the chest, go ahead. And we're coming into a chair pose, bringing the arms down by your side, bending the knees, sit right back. Take a breath, and as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, so straightening the legs, spine parallel to the floor, looking up through the chest. Exhale, folding forwards. Take a breath and then bending the knees, hands to the floor. Step the right foot back, then the left one into your own level of plank position. If you need to bring the knees down, go ahead. Push back through the heels. Externally rotate the shoulder blades. Stay solid here. On your next breath, lower the knees to the floor. Ease yourself down, bending your elbows. Slide your shoulders away from the ears. Let your heels fall out. Abdominals engage, and then lengthen the spine, lifting up through the chest. Inhale, lowering, bending the knees. Push yourself up, tuck the toes under, downward dog. Straightening the spine first, hips up high, then relaxing the heels toward the floor. Take one more deep breath here. On your next breath, lift your heels, bend your knees, step the right foot forward, then the left one. Spine parallel to the floor again. You can keep your knees bent here if you need to. Don't strain. Shoulders down away from your ears, lifting up through the chest. Folding forwards on your exhale. And then sit into chair pose again. Weight back to your heels. And then bringing the arms down and out to the sides, pressing all the way up to Tadasana again. Deep breath and exhale, bringing the arms down. Inhale, reaching the arms back up again. Press the palms together, reach up through the fingertips. Stay connected to the floor beneath your feet. And then into chair pose. Take a breath here. Exhale, spine parallel to the floor. If you need to keep your knees bent, go ahead. Folding forwards on your exhale. Take a breath. And then hands to the floor, bending your knees. Step the left foot back, right foot back into plank position. Pubic bone toward the chin, hips in line with your shoulders. On the exhale, lowering your knees to the floor, bending the elbows, easing yourself down onto your tummy. Slide the shoulders away from the ears, heels fall out, abdominals engage, lifting up through the crown of the head, through the chest. Only within a range of motion that feels comfortable, and then lowering, bending the knees, push your hips up into downward dog, then toes curl under, lengthen the spine, relax the heels, pressing the fingers into the floor, sense into the outside edges of your hands. On your next breath, lift both heels, bend the knees, step the left leg forward, then the right one. Spine parallel to the floor. Lifting up through your chest. And then folding forwards. Relax the crown of the head to the floor here if you can. And then into chair pose, bending the knees, arms come up in line with your shoulders. Exhale, bringing the arms down and out, up to Tadasana. And with the breath, bringing the arms down. All right, let's take that a little bit faster if you can. A bit more of a flow to it. And move with your breath. On the exhale, reach those arms up. Deep breath in. Exhale into chair pose. And then into the spine parallel to the floor. Flat back. Folding forwards. And then bending the knees, step the right foot back, then the left one. Into your plank for one more breath. Knees to the floor, coming down for cobra, let the heels fall out, shoulders relax, and extension. Up through the chest. Lowering with control, bending the knees, lift the hips, tuck the toes under, downward dog. And another breath here. Lifting both heels, bending the knees. Step the right foot in, then the left one. Spine parallel to the floor. Lifting up through your chest and then folding forwards into chair pose then. Raising the arms. And as you exhale, lower them, sweep them out to the side, press up to standing. And then lowering the arms. And let's repeat. With the breath, breathing and reaching the arms up. Exhaling into chair pose. Then spine parallel to the floor. Lengthen the back of the neck, look up through the chest. Folding forwards. Bending the knees, hands to the floor, step the left foot back, then the right one. Strong in your plank position. On your exhale, lowering gently to the floor, let the heels fall out, shoulders down, abdominals engaged, lifting up through the chest. Lowering with control, bending the knees and push up into downward dog. Spine lengthens first, pressing the hands into the floor, pushing the hips up and relaxing your heels. On your next breath, either step one foot at a time or jump both feet in. Spine parallel to the floor. Folding forwards. Moving with your breath into chair pose. And coming all the way up. Take a breath in. And exhale, release. Inhale, reaching those arms back out again. Press the palms together. Into chair pose, moving with your breath at your own pace, spine parallel to the floor, and folding forwards. Bending your knees, hands to the floor, step the right foot back, then the left one, plank. Gently easing yourself down onto your tummy. Heels out, abdominals engaged, lifting up for cobra. Inhale, back down, bending the knees, pushing yourself up into downward dog. Checking in with your alignment, staying tuned into your body at all times. Exhale, lifting the heels, bending the knees, step one foot in at a time or jump both feet in together, spine parallel to the floor. Folding forwards with your breath. And then bending the knees into chair pose. Arms come down and reach out and up. Tadasana. Lowering those arms down, reach out through the fingers. And again. Reaching up, pressing down through the feet, connecting with the earth. And then into chair pose. Spine parallel to the floor. Folding forwards. Bending the knees, step the right foot back, then the left one. Lowering yourself down onto your tummy for cobra. Set yourself up and into extension. Lowering with control, pushing up for downward dog. One more breath before you step or jump the feet in. Spine parallel to the floor, and then folding forwards. Exhaling into chair pose, and then arms down, out to the side and up to standing. One more round. Reaching the arms up, connecting with the earth beneath you as you reach up to the sky with the fingers. Into chair pose. Spine parallel to the floor, folding forwards, bending your knees, hands to the floor, step back into plank. Bringing the knees down, lowering yourself down onto your tummy for cobra. Lowering with control, pushing up into downward dog. And on the next breath, lift both heels, bend the knees, step or jump the feet in, spine parallel to the floor, folding forwards into chair pose. Arms down, out to the side, pressing up into Tadasana. Arms coming down by your side. And one more, reaching all the way up. Connecting with the earth beneath you, reaching up to the sky, into chair pose. Spine parallel to the floor. Folding forwards. Bending the knees, Step one foot back, then the other, into plank. And then lowering yourself down for cobra, into extension. Lowering with control, push yourself up for downward dog. Taking one more breath here, pressing the floor away from you, working into the outside edges of the hands, and then lifting the heels, bending the knees, step or jump the feet in, spine parallel to the floor, folding forwards, and into chair pose. Arms down and out and up into Tadasana. Bringing those arms back down by your side, rolling your shoulders. I hope you enjoyed that. That completes your movement snack for today. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.